Hello there and welcome to the Card Grotto. Today I've got my favourite products of 2013 to share with you. I did this last year and I got some nice feedback, so I thought I'd do it again. So these are either products that I bought in 2013 that were new, or they were products that I bought maybe beforehand and I kind of fell back in love with in 2013. So first of all, in 2013, as well as my paper tray ink cardstock, which I've used for a long time and I still love, I found the Basil Card Shop cardstock. These just happen to be some of my favourite colours. Really great quality cardstock. It's nice and thick. You can use it for card bases. Also nice to stamp on as well. Yeah, so again, these are my favourite colours probably that I've used the most. They do come in a wide range of colours as well though, and yeah, just really nice. Really nice cardstock, and it is available in the UK as well, which is always nice. You can get it from Crafty Charlie. They do a pack, I believe, of you know, all the different colours, and you can also get it from the Crafts Boutique, which you can buy separately. So that's really nice. Next up is paper. I didn't use much of the Doodlebug paper this year. I did buy them. I haven't really used much of it, but I am going to still include it because I just really love Doodlebug products and I think they are definitely worth a mention. So this happens to be the Flower Box paper pad, which I have used a little bit. Great bright patterns and colours, which is what Doodlebug are known for. So that's the Doodlebug design pads. And then probably my most used paper pads this year are the Echo Park Bundle of Joy Dots and Stripes paper pads. I have the girl and the boy and I've used them both sort of interchangeably. Yeah, I really like these a lot. These are kind of the pad that I've gone for if I've been using patterned paper. So say this is the girl collection. Really, really nice colours. You've got some couple of shades of pink and the light aqua there and things like that. Just yeah, really nice. I really like the spots in particular. Yeah, and then again, this is the blue one. Again, as you can see, I've kind of dug into it quite a bit. Really nice pad. And what I discovered right at the end of this year is the Lawn Fawn paper pads. I've kind of been aware of them. I've been aware of Lawn Fawn for quite a long time, but I hadn't really delved into Lawn Fawn much. But I've really kind of like them. So this is the Into the Woods collection. I haven't used it. I was absolutely desperate to buy it and I haven't used it, you know, what can you say. But yeah, I just really like it. The patterns are really nice, especially for mail cards as well, and I'm sure I will use this very soon. And then the one that I have used this year for my Christmas cards is the Peace, Joy, Love collection. Again, really lovely collection. I have dug into it quite a bit. Just really nice patterns, and also patterns that you could use throughout the year and not just for Christmas, which I really do like because you get a lot more for your money that way. And yeah, just really nice colours and patterns. So next up is stamps. I've really liked using the Simon Says Stamp exclusive stamps this year. These are two of my favourites. These are the kind of small ones. This is just called the Thanks, and this is the Happy. These are 3x4 stamp sets. I like them because you've kind of got the larger words and then you can mix and match with the smaller words or the dies or whatever you like really. I just love Christina Warner's handwriting, and yeah, I've used these quite a bit and I really like them. They're very good value for money as well and good quality. And although you could say I'm biased because I'm on the Clearly Besotted design team, but I have loved Clearly Besotted stamps this year, and if you follow my blog you would know that I've used them a lot, and I haven't had to use them a lot. I'm saying I have wanted to use them a lot. So these are two of my favourites. This is the Butterfly Wishes editions and this is a Little Sentimental, and I've used these ones quite a bit this year. Probably my favourites. I love them all, but probably my most used are these ones, and obviously they come with the dies as well. I keep the dies in the packet with them. Yeah, absolutely excellent quality, and I'm so thankful that I'm on the design team, but if I wasn't I would have bought them myself. And then next up is dies. These are the Simon Says Stamp word dies. I really like them. I like them a lot. And I've used these quite a bit. They cut really nicely. and obviously they match the stamps, which I really like. I'm definitely a big fan of matching stamps with dies. Another set is the MFT, these are the word ones. This is the Happy Birthday set. A really nice set as well. These are obviously a bit bigger. Again, I love MFT stuff, and I really liked using a lot of the dynamics this year, but this one is one of the sets that I've got recently, and it's yeah, really nice. I like it a lot. And then one of the other sets of dies that I've used quite a bit is the stitched rectangles from Little Inca Designs. I still want the circles, I haven't bought them yet, but I'm sure that I will. But yeah, they're just really nice, and very good quality as well. So next up, I'm going to go through the ink pads with you. I've used Distress inks a lot more this year. I have had them for quite a bit, and then this year, I think it was this year, they brought out new colours, and I've just, yeah, I've kind of thought, oh yeah, I do actually like them more than I thought I did. You can still use them in a clean and simple way, which is what I use them with. I kind of use them for blending. I don't use them for stamping or anything like that, but for blending techniques they're really nice. These are two of my favourite colours. This is Shaded Lilac and Tumble Glass. This is kind of more of an aqua-y blue. Just really nice colours, very good quality, and you can do lots of different techniques with them. I'm probably not the best person to talk you through those, but definitely they are really good to use. Probably my most used ink pads, other than my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, which I use on pretty much every single card, is the Hero Art Shadow inks. Oh, I've just taken the top off that one by accident. I have the mid-tone and the soft ones. They're just really lovely inks to use, really good quality. I don't tend to like buying the bigger ink pads just because of space, you know, there's not, you know, obviously you can't fit so many around when you've got bigger ones, but these are worth it. I really like them, and I've used them a lot this year. I think I've got my money's worth already. And again, two of my favourite colours, Soft Paw, which are probably my most used, and then this is the Passion Flower, which is kind of more of a purpley pink, really pretty. My next two categories aren't so glamorous, but they are essential. So first of all, this is adhesives. One of my favourite adhesives this year to use was the Tombow Mono Multi. I think in the UK it's called Multi-Talent. In the US I believe it's called Mono Multi, so it depends where you buy it from to what it's called, but basically exactly the same thing. It can be used as a permanent adhesive or as a repositionable adhesive. I only use it as permanent, but you can use it as repositionable. I mainly use it for the word dies, like the Simon Says Stamp word dies. You can really put a thin line of glue using this, which I really like. And then for dimension, I've been using the Stampin' Up! Stampin' Dimensionals. Probably a bit more expensive a form of adhesive, but they are quite nice. They're fairly thick, and I quite like the shape actually with the hexagons. They can fit in little places where you wouldn't usually fit maybe a square in, and all the bits at the side you can cut up and use them like as thin bits as well, so I like those a lot. And then probably my most used ones are the Stick It Adhesive Transparent Squares. I like that they're transparent. You can use them with vellum, like if you use a really tiny bit you can't really see through, but I just really like them anyway. They're 99p a pack, which is obviously very good value. They're not massively dimensional, but actually I really like that because you can still get away with kind of one layer fitting through a normal envelope, you know, postage wise, by Royal Mail. So I really like that, and I just quite like sometimes not having too much dimension, but dimension nonetheless. As you can see, you can fit, you know, there's absolute tons in the smaller pack. This is the 6mm, and then this is the 12mm, and yeah, I just used them a lot this year. And then probably strictly not an adhesive, but it's the Post-it adhesive roll. I love this stuff. I use it in adhesive, but not an adhesive, if that makes sense. So it's basically Post-it tape in a roll, would you believe? But obviously it's got the same qualities as post-it notes, but the adhesive is all over the tape. I really like it for holding down dies going through the Cuttlebug, holding down stencils if you're using embossing paste, holding down cardstock if you're blending with the blending tool, just loads of different uses for it. You can get it from Simon Says Stamp. Yeah, just really nice stuff. Next category is tools. I wanted a T-square ruler all year, probably even longer than all year, and I did manage to get one in the end. I can't remember when I got it now, a couple of months ago, and I've used it a lot, and it is it's something like $2.99 from Simon Says Stamp, and it obviously excellent value, and it's very useful. Like I mentioned with the Distress inks, I use the blending tool. This is the blending tool by Ranger. You just add the ink on the bottom and then you can sort of blend away. Obviously it's really handy for using with Distress inks. You can use it obviously with other inks as well as Distress inks, but I use it with Distress inks more than anything. My favourite scissors, which I'm sure I mentioned last year, are the X-Cut scissors. I think they're the same brand as Tonic Studios. I think they're basically the same thing, but they're labelled as different things in different countries or whatever. They're very good quality. They're probably maybe a little bit more expensive than some regular scissors, but I use them a lot. The only time I don't use them is for cutting adhesive, which I have cheap ones from IKEA, because why waste good quality scissors. These are the large ones that I use mainly like to cut up large pieces of cardstock, and then the smaller ones that I use for smaller pieces of cardstock really, and sort of stamped images and things like that. I did come across the EK Success Cutter Bee scissors at the end of this year, and I have been using them for cutting out images. They've got a nice sharp point at the end, and they're quite expensive for small scissors, but they are very good quality. Then for stamping, I have been using the stamp presses quite a bit. This is the Fisker stamp press. I've had it for a little while, and I'm sure I mentioned it last year as well. But it's great that you can put a stamp on, you can wiggle it around before you press down to stamp. And then Martha Stewart came out with some as well. These are the footed press, I believe it's called. I think it's called that, footed press. Exactly the same concept with the little feet there. This is a bit thicker, the acrylic, so it's not so much wiggle room, if that makes sense. But again, very good, and I like that it's a bit smaller. This one is the mini one, which is quite difficult to get a full-size ink pad in without it getting all over the feet, but I have ordered the medium one, and hopefully it'll be here soon. Yeah, they're just really handy to have along with your kind of normal acrylic blocks. And then again, I mentioned this last year, but it's the Martha Stewart mini scoreboard. I have the large 12x12 one. I haven't used it at all this year, mainly because I just make cards. I don't make scrapbook pages or anything like that, so the small one is great, and you can use it obviously I mainly use it to score cards, but you could obviously use it to score lines, like embossed lines and things like that on cardstock, which I have done for some of my card bases. And I use it with the Simon Says Stamp Teflon bone folder. It's about $12, I think, $11.50 or something like that, which is quite expensive, but it's Teflon, it's very strong, and it doesn't leave the kind of shiny marks when you use it with cardstock, which is what I wanted it for. And I use it on every single card that I make. I score it with this end, and then kind of when you fold over you can press down the score line. Yeah, definitely worth the money. And then last but not least is embellishments. So probably this came out towards the end of this year, I think. This is the Tim Holtz Distress Glitter. It's really nice glitter. This is the Clear Rock Candy one. I like that it is still fairly fine, but I like that it's not massively shiny, if that makes sense. It's still sparkly, but I just really like it. It's kind of more muted, I suppose, kind of like the Distress line altogether. Yeah, it's really nice. I like that. And then to stick that down with, or to make things glossy, is Glossy Accents. I've had this for a long time. I think I've had this bottle for like oh my goodness, something like 5 years or something. It's still absolutely fine, but I've used it quite a bit in 2013 and I'm sure I will carry on using it next year. And then probably my most used embellishment has been enamel dots. So these are the My Mind's Eye ones, which I've used a lot of. As you can see, I've got quite a few different packs of these. They're just really nice colours and I really like them. And then Doodlebug came out with some of their own. These are called sprinkles. I like that they're a little bit flatter than the My Mind's Eye ones. And again, they come in Doodlebug colours, which I absolutely love Doodlebug. So I'm really happy with these. I haven't used them massively so far, mainly because it's been towards the end of the year that these have come out. But I really like those. And then Stampin' Up! Rhinestones. These are the basic ones. Yeah, they're just really great to have because obviously, as you can see, you get quite a lot in a pack, and you don't feel too bad about using quite a lot of them, even though they're very good quality and they're not like really cheap or anything. But I don't know, just because you get a lot in a pack, I don't feel so bad using quite a lot of them. And then probably my most used item, even though I think it came out more towards the end of this year, especially the later half of the year anyway, is the Wink of Stella brush pen. This is the clear one that I've used a lot. If you're not familiar with it, it's a glitter pen, but it's not glitter, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like a really nice subtle shiny effect on the card. I have used it in videos before, and I've used it on tons of my cards. I just really like it because it gives a nice subtle effect, and it's really nice basically. And you just kind of brush it on like you would brush water on if you're painting. And yeah, this is the clear one. Like I said, I have got a few of the other colours. This is my most used one, and it probably will continue to be my most used one. I know that it's a bit difficult to get in the UK. You can get them from Joanna Sheen online. I think they're out of stock, but she does tend to replenish the stock quite often when she can, I believe. So that is definitely a must of the year. So that was all of my favourite products of 2013. I can't believe we're at the end of the year already. I'm looking forward to seeing what 2014 brings. I'd really like to hear what your favourite products have been this year. If any of them that I've mentioned the same as yours, or if there's any different things that you have really liked, I'd really like to hear from you. Either leave a comment on YouTube or a comment on my blog, and anything that I have mentioned that I can link up to, I will link in the description bar in YouTube, and also there'll be links on my blog. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.